Hello everyone, this is Geekgoth, and welcome back to my The Book of Unwritten Tales Let's Play number 2. I just found out why people make, they don't save over their game. So, as in they have like multiple save games. So, because I recorded this, but I forgot one little detail in my recording, and it didn't pick up the system audio. So you had me talking, which is always delightful, but you couldn't hear the characters, you couldn't hear the music, and I think that makes half the video, is the actual proper music and sound from the actual game, not just me talking. So I'm going to go through all this again, probably take less time than I did when I was wandering around figuring things out. So what I'm going to do is try and do it quickly, but for your benefit as well. Let's talk to the bonsai.
Small, unattractive tree.
Which is a bit rude.
I'd like to see how attractive you'd look if someone disturbed you on the pot in the morning.
You mean...
Get it? Pot.
Anyway, what could I do for you, my little beauty?
No, I love this guy, he's so cute. The garden is looking
the garden
great.
always looks fantastic, Arthur.
Thank you. It's a great load of work. People always think elf gardens are fabulous by their very nature. But you need a mighty good garden.
Mm-hmm.
You have got green fingers.
Ah, that's just moss, my dear. Happens if you spend all day grubbing around in the earth and don't wash your hands properly in the evenings.
I bet. Tell me something about
You
ants.
tree shepherds do a great job.
Tree
shepherds. Lord of the
The
Rings.
trees just stand there. What do they need a shepherd? However, I quite fancy one of those shepherd dogs. Hey, Rex, do you want to be my shepherd dog?
Pet Rock.
Nah, my darling. I'm a gardener. Nothing more, nothing less.
He's adorable. I love him. Had
Mother
an
put me
argument.
on a diet this morning so that I'll look perfect for my wedding.
Oh, everything has to be perfect for her. No such thing in nature, of course. Or rather, everything is perfect if you just let nature run its course.
You tell that to Mother.
I have, many times. She'd be very clever in some things, but very daft concerning that.
Now then, she is the queen.
I'm old enough to be able to call a spade a spade.
I bet.
Spade, gardener, get it?
Ha 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 ha. What are you
What are
doing?
you up to today then? Got much on?
Oh, the usual. You know, it never rains in the Elf Burrow, but the flowers need their water, so I water them every day.
Ah, the curse of good weather.
The weather isn't the only thing which isn't right. I've been here 30 years, and for 30 years we've had autumn.
Time passes differently in the Elf Burrow. Slower.
Well, that's why everyone grows to be ancient here, obviously. But if we had a bit of normal weather and the usual seasons, there'd be a lot more variety here.
I said in my last video, he's got a point. All these flowers are probably autumn flowering plants, and you miss out on spring and winter and summer, which is a real shame.
You and Father, you get along well, don't you?
Ah, no one understands more about nature than him, that's for sure. But I don't often ask him for help. Thinking has never got a field down in my drift.
He's just more of a theorist.
One way of putting
The
it.
mud on your feet, the smell of fresh earth, all that joy and life. He's missing out on the lot by just sitting around up there and doing nothing.
I have to get on.
Yup, got a bit to do myself. I just don't know what's wrong with that plan over there.
Yeah, poor thing. Let us follow the little ant. Shorter, way shorter than you think.
Your mother got a whole heap of flowers given away the other day from a fairy delegation. All of them took good and strong, just not that one.
Perhaps it needs a special type of soil or something.
Well, anything's possible. If I don't think of something soon, I'll have to ask your father. He can have a little chat with her and she won't tell him what's up.
If you're going in, it'd be nice if you didn't tell my mother that you saw me out here.
Oh, you playing hooky again?
Hooky.
My lips are sealed.
Alright. Let's look around a bit. first.
Mother thought it was unseemly of the bees to build their hive in our garden. I don't think she could get used to the thought that she would no longer be the only queen here. I convinced Mother not to have the hive removed, and she reluctantly agreed. However, should she be stung, then the hive's days are numbered.
I bet.
The bees are buzzing around the hive quite merrily. Anyone messing with them will know about it fast.
Okay.
A lovely spot, so long as the bees who have built their hive directly above the bench don't disturb you. I don't have any time to rest, and that's good. At last I've got something to do again.
I reckon. Okay, let's take a look at the flower.
It doesn't look very well at all. It's unusual for flowers to hang their heads in this garden. Normally they blossom in our good earth, not to mention the power of Arbor's green fingers. If Arbor doesn't know what's wrong with the plant, then it's serious. As long as this plant isn't doing well, Arbor won't rest. Not knowing what's wrong with it will eat away at him.
Sad.
This is Mother's mirror. It's said that you can see into the furthest corners of the land and know what's happening in every part of the world. At the moment, it's no more than a shallow bowl. The water's missing. Mother pours water from various jugs into this bowl to cast a spell over the mirror. She did this almost daily in times gone by to ask the mirror who was the fairest elf in all the lands. Ever since the mirror started to hesitate with the answer a few months ago, she hasn't been using it quite so much.
I love that bit. That's hilarious. Such a vain woman, her mother.
I don't know the names of all the plants in the garden. Grandmother knows them all, which is probably down to the fact that it was her that gave many of the plants their names a few thousand years ago. Shite beerwood, sweat tea, dodder flower, fat hen, bistort, stink root. We no longer invite her to family gatherings.
Embarrassed. Okay. Come on. Come on, Ivo. Strut your stuff right over to that pot.
Arbor's pot, literally. The earth looks dark and rich with worms squirming around in it. Presumably it's the best earth in the garden.
I bet it would be. We'll need to know about that later.
A handy smooth stone. Arbor's sheep.
Still think it's adorable as a pet rock. Don't know why I picked that up yet. Despite the fact, you know, I did it last time.
There's only a little water left in the bird bath. Cheep Cheep always says that it evaporates quickly. I, however, think that the constant need to replenish the water is more down to his unbridled joyous splashing and not insignificant body mass.
I agree with her. That narcissistic bird.
There's only a little water. That's a weeping willow. It appears to be so content it looks anything but sad. The willow is stretching its branches up high into the sky with glee. One part of the waterfall's already lying in its shadow. If it continues to grow like that, it'll shade half the garden.
I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
That's a weeping willow.
Look at the happy willow. I kind of think at some point we're going to need to make it sad.
There are reeds and water lilies growing in the pond. Naturally, they were planted there. They don't grow in the wild so high up the mountains. I can't think of any use for a water lily, but a reed could come in handy.
Look at the pond.
There are elf-made ponds and streams all over the palace ground. Their water's said to have healing powers. I wonder considering where it comes from.
I don't really get that.
Perhaps the water really does have magical medicinal properties. Even so, it can't protect me from what's going to happen. The spring brook emerges up there. It's still small here, but it becomes one of the largest and most important rivers in the woodland realm. The waterfall and I have been neighbours for so long that I don't really hear it anymore. Shame that the tree's casting more and more shade over the waterfall. Before, the sunlight used to dance on it, and there were the most wonderful rainbows.
It's so pretty. Last thing in this area, I think.
That leads up to the throne room.
I've turned into
Mother
a
will be
waterfall.
conducting the affairs of state with an iron will, whilst Pa leans against the tree of life, probably sleeping. I'm not going up there. I've no appetite for discussions with Mother.
She's a strong-willed individual. So we're heading into the library now, where we have the room of, what would you call it? I know there's a word for it, but right now I cannot think of it. References, that's it. There are references everywhere in this room. The first time I saw it, I'm just like, oh my god, there's a companion cube, there's a Skyrim helmet, there's Sully. I'm not entirely sure what that dragon is from. Someone's gonna have to tell me what that's from, but I know it's from somewhere. Is that a sword from, like, Final Fantasy? I have no idea. I'll show you a bit more in a second. You've got a gelatinous cube. There's something on that podium to its right. I'm not entirely sure what it is because I can't see it very well. Mad Hatter's hat. And if I meander a little bit over here, you've got Game of Thrones eggs. I thought that was really cool, so let us look around.
There's a selection of cubes here. For a while, it was all the rage at official state visits to give geometric presents. Each cube is significant and comes from a different country, but I never really paid much attention.
Yep. I don't know what the hologram cube is. Someone will have to tell me that. And I'm not entirely sure what the more stone-like cube is. I think it's got gears on it, but I can't guess. I'm terrible.
A present from one of the northern kingdoms. Strange folk up there. The men climb mountains and shout foul-mouthed things in dragon's language at the dragons. I think it's some kind of test of courage.
Which I think is
Helmets with
hilarious.
horns. Cool, but useless.
Technically. Technicalities.
Swords of all the idiots who have tried to conquer the elf burrow. It's become less frequent over the last few centuries. Humans and dwarves appear to have learnt their lesson. It's said that a ruler in the north wanted to build himself a throne out of all the swords of conquered enemies. Unfortunately, he died after only conquering one enemy, when he refused to heed all the warnings and sat on the throne.
Game of Thrones. I thought that was hilarious. It would be really painful death too. Just saying. Don't know what that sword is. But the next one is cute. Minecraft. And then Sting from Lord of the Rings. And if I'm wrong about the Final Fantasy thing about that sword, I'm sorry. I haven't actually played Final Fantasy, to my shame. But yeah.
This flower clearly is one of the more exotic of the palace's flowers. It comes from a country in the deep south beyond the deserts. It's said that the flower of this plant used to be sent as a declaration of war, or if one wanted to deprive someone of all sense.
I'm not entirely sure if that's referencing anything.
Why do so many people hate this flower? Perhaps it has an abhorrent smell.
And I'm not entirely sure, like, with what happens here. Apparently not so stinky.
Now that explains why this flower is classified as a weapon in 24 countries.
I don't know why. And I don't know why I take it either. Alright, let's look at Sully. Poor Sully, who's been mounted.
A great example of the variety of our world's fauna. Some of the ideas Mother Nature has can be quite off the wall. Sometimes it's difficult to believe that some creatures in our world have developed naturally. They look as if some bored artist has dreamt them up.
I bet. Let's look at these books quickly.
Goldsmithing, masonry, and a book about carpentry. Like all books in this library, it's a guest present. The logic behind this must be, those elves, they have so many beautiful statues and items of wood. They'll be really interested in this. Why don't we present them with a book about it? What they don't realise, though, is that if we're interested in a subject, then we'll already know pretty much all there is to know about the matter, and the book's of no use to us whatsoever.
Yep.
Working with wood. There's a master whittler down in the valley. I've enjoyed watching him in the past. He carves animal figures so real that humans and dwarfs believe that they are actually animals turned into wood. This one's more about interiors, making furniture and the like. Plane the wood down by a pixie's thumb and saw the board into 2 equal length pieces. Who knows what that might be good for?
Indeed, who knows? And who knows where I put that book in order to take it.
Several books about animals, an atlas, a book about humans, actually more of a brochure. And what's this? Fishing for the moderately talented. I haven't really got the time to sit and read a book, and if I had, it would definitely not be one about fishing. There must be a medical book for elves here somewhere.
Just take a look at the other one.
The Biggest Plant Book of Aventásia by Charles Mendel with illustrations by Alexander Bonpland. A standard reference book that Arbor always used to consult every now and then. However, he insists that he now knows it off by heart. Perhaps I can help Arbor solve the problem with that flower. Let's take a look.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. There's some really good ones in here. Okay, so the first article on our list.
Giant beans, also known as magic beans, are very rare. They are the fastest growing plant variety known. Because of the beans' high costs, they are almost exclusively used by the military, for instance, in storming high-walled castles.
I never thought about it, but that could be a really useful siege tool.
Killer tomatoes are the most devious of the meat-eating plants. Disguised as tomatoes, they hunt on allotments for defenseless humans.
And I think that's a reference to Plants vs. Zombies, but I'm not sure. I haven't actually played it, but I thought that was cool.
The Tree of Wrath bears fruit several times a year. These grapes of wrath are bad-tempered beasts that can lay whole areas to rack and ruin.
I'm not actually sure what that's referencing, if it's referencing anything. I'm having a feeling that everything in here is.
Steel magnolias look like normal magnolias, but are some of the toughest plants on Earth. They can be softened using tragic women's stories, and subsequently may be picked.
I think that's referencing Steel Magnolias the movie. Which I thought was clever, even though I don't think there's actually Steel Magnolias in that movie. Anyway.
Guard plants, Vigilia ordriensis, belong to the oldest domesticated plants of humankind. They have been especially valued in times of famine as they do not require as much food as, for instance, dogs. They can sometimes develop an unhealthy taste for blood. Baritones.
That's referencing Little Shop of Horrors. It is referencing the plant called Audrey 2, which I thought was hilariously cute. I love that musical / movie. Intelligent apple trees.
Intelligent apple trees is often used for the equally intelligent and beautifully shaped living accessories of all types. For a long time, botanists thought that it may be possible to find other intelligent fruit varieties. So far, the search has proved fruitless.
Ha, ha, ha. I'm not actually sure whether that is referencing anything, the apple tree, but...
Mandrake should only be cultivated by experienced gardeners. The cry of the baby mandrake can kill anyone within 20 meters instantaneously.
Having a feeling that that's just mandrakes. I don't know whether it's referencing Harry Potter, but mandrakes, don't go near them.
This
And here's our one.
reminds me of the one that Arbor's having problems with at the moment. Love lily. The love lily enters into an enduring relationship with another plant very early in its life, which frequently lasts its lifetime. If the partner plant dies, then the love lily does not normally survive the separation.
So...
This plant...
Sorry. So, our little plant out there is missing the love of its partner. Okay, so before I finish that little bit, I'm going to... Actually, no. Look at the dragon's head.
A few years ago, this dragon was causing a whole lot of grief. A bounty was put on its head, and all heroes of the land were encouraged to hunt it down. 40 brave warriors penetrated its lair and slew it. They brought the head to the palace where it was displayed in triumph. The strange thing was that a bit later more adventurers came carrying an identical head. Then more and more heroes arrived.
I'm not actually sure what that's referencing. So if anyone who watches this video knows, put it in the comments, because I'd really like to know. My first thought was like Majesty, but when she went on to say like more and more heroes brought more heads, I thought, okay, maybe something different. Alright, let's look at this last little book stand.
What have we got here then? Aha. Ah, Almanac of Elf Medicine. That's what I've been looking for.
Ow! Be careful, if you please.
A speaking book?
An ill elf?
Ill elf? So I look ill. What's wrong with me?
Take it easy, young one thing at a time.
Young one. I'm older than you.
And you look it too.
Which...
I do?
No,
Ouch.
of course not, and I can also see no illness. But the mere fact that I've been fished out from the back of the shelf for the first time in centuries tells me that something is wrong.
I haven't been feeling too well recently. I'm sleeping badly and have no appetite. I know that elves are very seldom ill, but if it's not that, then it must be some kind of magic or curse.
Seldom ill does not actually mean never ill. Elves can, for instance, suffer from a broken heart.
I think
Oh,
that's a reference to The
please.
Hobbit.
It is one of the most common causes of death amongst beautiful princesses.
Aside from that.
Oh, it must be something else.
Sensitive elves can sometimes suffer from the pains of the world.
Oh,
There
what?
are a variety of ear infections, and
Of course.
could also be lupus.
And a house reference. I do like that.
It is something else.
Like what?
To be completely certain, you must mix a potion and drink it.
Are you serious?
Very.
How certain
Are
are
you
you?
actually qualified to make a diagnosis? And why can you talk?
I am a magical medicine book. That actually serves as an answer to both of your questions.
I've never encountered a talking book before.
Of course not. I am the only talking book here. That's the problem. In the magical library in Seastone, all books can talk. Things really get cooking there, believe me.
I bet they can. Presumably you were given to us.
by someone from Seastone, right?
Right. I was a complete idiot and actually volunteered. As I am a book about elf medicine, I didn't get much to do in Seastone. I thought to myself, hey, this is your chance to get some practical experience. Wrong.
Yeah, we elves don't get ill much.
And more than that, you don't actually have much time for books. This is the center of the Elven Kingdom, and just look at how paltry this library is.
He has a
We
point.
don't have much use for books. We sing songs about times past, and many of us were there at the time.
Then that's probably also the reason why so many elves stand around in white.
What do you mean?
Allow me to elucidate. Over the years, the songs you elves sing will be changed and adapted. A little here, a little there. This editorial process is nothing more than refined elvish propaganda, presenting them as intelligent and morally impeccable. And
Which
who
we
can
know is
prove
not
otherwise?
true.
There are no other witnesses and there are no books.
Never trust elves. And never trust fae. That is the first rule of fantasy.
I demand to know
Or
this
one of the big
instant
ones.
what sort of illness I have.
Sometimes it's better not to know.
I can take it.
A placebo only works when one doesn't know that it is a placebo. Make the potion and then come back and drink it. Then you will be sure.
It couldn't be lupus after all, could it?
And if it's lupus?
Have you been bitten by a wolf of late?
No.
Then it can't be lupus.
Of course it can't.
No, I'm pretty sure it's something else. Now, that potion, drink it, and then I can tell you more.
What
Hold
goes
on.
into the
This
potion?
potion. What goes in it?
It is very easy to make. You need to pound together the green fruit of a menace bush, a spoonful of honey and a red herring, and then mix with water into a viscous potion.
Oh, that sounds revolting.
It's medicine. It isn't supposed to taste nice.
And if I drink it, I'll be well again?
We will then at least know what is wrong with you.
Where can I find a
This
lettuce bush?
lettuce bush. Where can I find one?
Haven't a clue. I'm just a book and have spent years sandwiched between dusty hymnals and a tome of revolting recipes.
A red herring.
A red herring. Are you serious?
Of course, why not? Red herrings are known all over the land as particularly useful fish. Their uses in the areas of medicine, cuisine, and literature are too numerous to mention.
All right, so I've got a red herring.
Right.
What are the potion's ingredients again?
The green fruit of a menace bush, a spoonful of honey, and a red herring. You have to put everything
together.
into a bowl with a bit of water and pound it until it forms a viscous potion.
Right. Thank you.
I think that's all for now.
Normally, it's me that ends patient consultations. You are only a princess, but I am a doctor.
I'm still above you. Technically. Right, so I'm going to quickly head upstairs to the bedroom, just to get that bit out of the way. Then I'll talk to Arbor.
The door can be opened easily from the outside. If it was up to me, it would stay open.
Right, so what we
Fresh
need...
water from the spring brook, the little stream that rises here in the castle and provides for the whole... People come from...
Okay, so what we need is... We've got the
I could use
bowl.
the bowl to prepare the medicine in. A spoonful of honey, the green fruit from the menace bush, a red herring and a little water. Crush and blend until a viscous potion is created. Oh, sounds revolting.
Yep, very revolting. And now, the important thing from up here...
This flower was given to us by the fairies, just like the love lily down in the garden. I bet they belong together.
So we found our little... Oh, hang on. There's one thing I need to do out here. I don't know why I need them.
I'm going to have to take a few more of your seeds, but I promise this is the last time.
I have a feeling I might know what those seeds are for now. Okay, let's head downstairs. But I'll wait. I didn't get that far to making the thing. The potion last time, but you never know, I'm moving quite quickly this time.
I really shouldn't... It's only Earth. I should tell Mother how her daughter... Well, she'd be delighted.
Oh, she'd be thrilled. Come on. Come this way, young princess. I mean, old princess. Talk to Arbor.
Hi, Arbor.
Oh, Ivo!
He's so cute. I read up about your
I
patient.
think I know the name of your patient. It's a love lily.
You look particularly loved up.
That's exactly the problem. Love lilies enter into a lifelong partnership with another plant. And if they're separated...
Then they let their heads droop. Good theory. But the fairies know their plants. They'd never have given us a love lily without its partner.
Look, I found a book about woodwork.
Look,
This sounds
I found
well.
this book in the library.
Woodcrafts? Why are you showing me that?
I thought it might interest you.
I don't like horror stories.
Horror stories?
Wood that has been clamped into a revolving monstrosity to be whittled down layer by layer to the core? What do you call that then?
Woodwork.
Sorry, never looked at it like that.
Oopsies.
Branches sawed off, boards nailed together, wood treated with chemicals. Sick stuff.
Listen, Arbor.
If I were ill and needed to make some medicine, then you'd help me with that, wouldn't you?
Ill? You're an elf. Elves don't get ill.
But if I were...
Oh, come on. Now tell me, how can I help you?
Do we have a menace
Do we
bush?
have a menace bush in the garden here?
Or that bush over yonder.
But that fruit's red.
And what colour do you expect then?
Green. Are they only green when they're not ripe?
Nah, they're blue then. They're green when the bush senses danger.
Pardon?
The menace bush has exceptionally delicious sweet fruit. But if it thinks it's in danger, then they go green and very sour. Call it a defense mechanism.
Ah, and the bush only has red fruit because it has nothing to be afraid of here.
That's right.
Do you have any idea how I could get hands on
Do you
some
know
honey?
how I could get my hands on some honey?
Try the kitchens.
I prefer not to wander through the castle.
Of course. Someone would tell your mother.
Would that beehive in the tree over there be of any help?
Be careful with that. The bees defend their honey. They give you a nasty sting.
Couldn't they be distracted or tricked in some way?
Beekeepers wear protective clothes and use smoke that calms the bees. But I don't have any beekeeper kit here. I just let the bees keep their honey and they pollinate my flowers. That's how we've always done it.
Not anymore.
I often see you fishing. Could you lend me your rod?
Of course, if you bring it back in one piece. What's up?
I was convinced that I would have to make my own fishing rod or that you'd ask me to collect a variety of mystical items in exchange for it.
It's usually how it goes.
It's only a rod.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Not everything needs to be complicated, you know.
Alright, there's something else. I think this red flower could help you,
I've
so.
got a flower here that could help you with your love lily.
And?
Yes, look. Look, do you know this flower?
Oh, I think that is so adorable. Hugs. Oh, it's so
You
cute.
did well, girl.
It would appear so.
You snivelling, girl. You alright?
No. Yes? I don't know.
It's so
Well
adorable.
then, I think I've earned myself a little rest now.
I bet you were. This is hilarious. He started smoking. Oh, I thought that was adorable.
You're having a good time, I see.
What can I do for you?
You shouldn't smoke.
Why not?
It's not healthy.
No lungs, no problems.
Don't you think it's a bit weird and warped to smoke yourself?
Yeah, I know. I'm terrible.
I think that's hilarious.
Don't tell no one, no.
Do you sometimes miss your old
Do you
life?
sometimes miss your old life and the world out there?
It's comfortable here, to be sure.
And boring.
If you're bored, then why stay?
Me? Well, I'm the princess. And Mother's scared that something might happen to me out there. And to be honest, she's probably right.
Well, of course something could happen to you. And what's it called when things happen to you?
Life!
Life. That's what it's called. You fall over, you get up, you laugh, you cry, you do daft things. Well, how can one enjoy the sunshine if it never rains?
Exactly. And it doesn't rain much here at all.
I
Farewell.
have to get on. Don't work too hard.
That I won't.
The love lily
Isn't that
has
just
its...
lovely? Two plants that have found each other and want to spend the rest of their lives together.
So cute. Anyway, the spade.
That's Albert's little spade. He always leaves his stuff all over the garden, which of course drives Mother mad.
I think I finally figured out what the spade might be for, considering it's so small. I didn't have a clue last time what I could use it for.
You're having a good time, I see.
What can I do for you?
I just need to borrow your spade a moment. Is that okay?
Of course. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
He's the most useful NPC I have ever come across.
I
Farewell!
have to get on. Don't work too hard.
That I won't.
Okay, I'm gonna see if this works. And hopefully I won't get stung to death. Can I do that? No? Aw, it's kinda...
The pipe smoke seems to have calmed them down a bit. The pipe smoke seems... The pipe...
Okay. Can I... I was hoping that would work. Cut the bee's nest. This isn't going to end well.
The smoke from Arva's pipe seems to be calming the bees. This is my chance.
I would have thought using the spade.
Hey now, you alright there?
I'm perfectly fine.
Sorry, had to do it.
Well, I'm not happy about this destruction of nature. Not unless I get half of that there honey.
I don't need any more. The rest is for you.
I'm not happy about this. I want in on it.
Oh, that'd be good stuff.
I bet.
But that's enough. The bees need a bit too.
Agreed. Teaspoon of honey. Okay, so we've got the water up in the jug. The menace bush needs to be frightened, and I think I have an idea. Is it gonna work? No, that idea didn't work. Okay.
A handy smooth stone. Arva's cheap. I don't really know much about reeds or pipes, but if I'm not mistaken, then those things are called pipe cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
I will only deploy this flower in self-defense, or when it could prove amusing.
Agreed.
A book about woodcrafts, sanding, cutting, hammering, all that sort of stuff. A friendly gift from nature, taken without permission.
I apologized,
The
however.
worms are happy and fat. The earth in the bonsai pot seems to have done them good. A good solid fishing rod. Nothing special, but I should be able to catch something with it.
I'm having a feeling there's going to be a Pokemon reference once I deploy that thing.
Arva's little spade. Mustn't forget to give it back to him. I've collected the honey from the bees in this flower stem. It should be about a spoonful.
Okay.
This is Mother's at the
Alright. Let's see what happens, since the only water I can actually find is in the pond. I have a feeling we're going to do a Pokemon thing.
I don't have a clue about fishing, but I'll try my luck.
Oh, I didn't put the... Oh, fishing skill 0.
Just as I expected, nothing. On the other hand, somehow I have the feeling that I now know what I'm doing.
Right, I just need to quickly go to the library. There's a book about fishing. I don't know whether it actually helps me any. Oh, maybe I need to get up to a certain level of fishing. Before I can actually catch anything.
Perhaps there are a few practical hints and tips in the fishing book. A lucrative season with a successful technique doesn't just depend on the type and quality of your tackle, but also on a really good spot. It doesn't matter whether you jig, dig, toddle or feed. Wobblers, twisters, spinners, blinkers, poppers, jigs, jerks and live bait must be presented in the most enticing ways possible. I haven't the faintest idea what all that means. I presume my fishing talents are not quite advanced enough to enable me to use this book.
Well, that didn't increase my thing. I'm going to quickly head up to the bedroom. Okay. What's his face still in there?
I hope he'll sleep a while longer. He's going to make...
Right.
The box, as well as its hinges and lock, has been fashioned from one piece of tree root. A masterful piece of workmanship, just like everything else here in the Elf Burrow. earrings here. They're sparkling and glinting in the sunshine. They could actually come in handy.
I'm having a feeling they could be used as lures.
Water's the easiest ingredient to find. We have copious amounts of it here.
Pour water into the bowl.
That should do it. The medicine book reckoned that it should be a viscous potion. No more water in the jug, but I don't need it right now.
Right, so let us head back downstairs. And I need to scare the bush. And I'm pretty sure if we tried fishing in the pond again, we might actually come up with
The worms provide a great lure and should increase my fishing success rate, whatever that is. I always hang one onto the hook before I cast the line out. The worms provide a great lure and should... I always hang one onto...
It doesn't show that I'm actually doing anything though.
I guess that I can just practice until I'm good enough. At last. Now I can tick the red herring off my list.
Right here then. Tell you who. Okay, I've got the red herring.
A classic red herring, a prize specimen.
Right. Now let's see what I actually have to do. Scare the bush. Had a feeling the trumpet might work.
If the bush had a heart, it would have skipped a few beats. Thanks.
Right. Red herring, honey, green menace fruit. Just want to talk to Arbor.
Don't know what I could ask him right.
Okay, so I have nothing to do right now. Okay, upstairs. Let's see if I can quickly make that potion. And then we'll finish up. I don't know what the seeds are for. I thought that my initial idea for scaring the bush was let out cheap and then lure him outside and then throw the sunflower seeds in there and have him rush in. I would have thought that would work. I can logic. Okay. Green menace fruit.
Oh, that fruit smells really sour.
And the
About
honey.
1 spoon of honey.
And a red herring.
Thanks for the sacrifice, little fish.
Now.
Now I've got all the ingredients. I just need to crush them.
Do I need to use the spade? Ah, the rock. Of course the rock. I still don't know why I need the spade.
I'm pretty sure that there's never been anything so utterly revolting concocted in the Elf Burrow ever. Oh, I hope this is some kind of joke.
I wouldn't. I want it to actually work.
I don't know much, but I do know that I'm not going to drink this potion until I've had another chat to the medicine book about it. I need to know which disease this potion's meant to be good for. Looks as if it's been pre-digested several times.
Point taken. Okay, head back down to the library. Talk to the medicine book.
Hi.
Well, what's up?
The potion's ready, but you don't seriously expect me to drink it, do you?
You must.
Cheap, cheap? How did you get out?
cheap. I'm so... Yes, I know,
Stuck up
but
little prick. Don't drink it.
this, medicine. Well, I did tell you that I wasn't feeling well, and the medicine book here thinks it could be something serious.
She has to drink it, the sour menace fruit, sweet honey and salty fish. That should give us an answer.
Can we have to
It's not like I doubt your medical knowledge, but perhaps something other than this revolting cocktail might be better.
If you want to know what is wrong with you, drink the medicine. If not, then I'll be glad to carry on talking with you.
I didn't get this far the last time I did it, so, okay. Well, I didn't actually start making the potion last time. Alright, here it goes.
Oh, it looks revolting.
It is medicine. It's not supposed to taste nice.
Yeah. I probably could have talked to Arbor now that I think about it.
Down to the last drop.
You're gonna kill me, aren't you? I don't trust you anymore.
Not as bad as I was expecting. In actual fact, it's quite tasty. I could definitely drink another glass of that.
You're off your rocker.
Congratulations, Ivo. You are pregnant.
I knew it! I knew it! My brother told me something about it yesterday and I tried to guess.
No, that is completely impossible.
And I thought, is she pregnant?
You must be wrong,
Like,
surely
oh my God.
it's a misdiagnosis.
You are an elf and say that potion is quite tasty. I could definitely drink another glass of that. That's raging hormones talking.
I don't have any hormones,
I think cheap.
Cheap, no.
Don't tell Mother! You're gonna tell Mother.
No, the book has made a mistake. I cannot be pregnant. I've never stood in the divine water with Nate on Midsummer's Night singing the Song of Life. Why? How do humans do it? They do what?
Elves and humans can have children together, but it's not possible without sex.
You see? We never had sex. At least not to my knowledge.
But the diagnosis is crystal clear.
Okay, let's assume that I am pregnant. There must be some explanation
Let's
for
just
that.
pretend that I am pregnant. There must be some explanation, rational or otherwise.
If we discount the possibility that the child was conceived by natural means, which would certainly appear to be the case here, then that leaves us with just the unconventional conception methods.
What are they?
Did you, perhaps, make some kind of pact with a goblin regarding the child? Child in exchange for gold or a kingdom, for example?
No.
Has a god in the guise of a bull appeared to you in your dreams? Any
Zeus.
angels been having a word with you?
God.
No.
Have any stars fallen from the heavens recently?
We're
No,
not Superman.
that I'm aware of.
Then that just leaves magic, or a curse. But unfortunately, that is not my area of expertise.
I wish it was so cheap, but my feeling is that the book is right. I am pregnant.
No wonder she's been eating more.
One thing's certain. Mother must never find out about this.
Don't you tell her.
I don't know either. Do you think that my tummy will start to show? Oh. I'm not sure how, and I'm not sure why, but it would appear that I'm pregnant.
We figured that
And
out.
as all other possibilities have been eliminated, then it must be a curse that's responsible. That is fantastic!
Why is that fantastic?
No, of course I didn't mean it like that. But just think. Me. Cursed. That sounds like an adventure.
No.
Totally obvious what we need to do now. We ask Archmage Alistair. He's the wisest magician in the realm of man, and he's a friend. He'll be able to tell us what it means.
Of course. Of course.
Oh, no, you don't.
Don't you tell Mother.
You remember who was meant to be looking after me so that nothing happens to me, don't you?
Guess who's on the watch?
Alistair's sure to have the answers. We'll have to track him down in the Mage Tower in Seastone. Only, how are we going to get there? Seastone is days away from here. Oh yeah, saying fly is all well and good. Are you going to teach me quickly then? No, we need a fast mode of transport. And then there's the small matter of the Border Watch. Their longbows can take out a fly's eye at 400 metres. And they will shoot if said fly should dare to set foot in or leave the woodland realm without permission.
Indeed. How did you sneak out the first time then? You don't know today's password.
Any chance know the password that the Border Watch use? Typical. That's exactly the problem. Mother chooses a new password every single day, and there's no way I'll get it out of her. Oh, why don't you know the password? You normally know everything.
Yeah.
Hey, know-it-all. Mother's mirror. It knows more than you. It must know the password. If we work as a team, we should be able to cast a little light on the matter, Chief.
Yeah, working as a team.
After all,
Like
if
old
it is a
times?
curse, then I'm the victim, not the perpetrator. Well, yes, I know that. She'll blame us whatever happens. But it's best for us to have some answers rather than just presenting her the facts, don't you think? Transport and the password. Let's go.
Alright, I think I will leave this Let's Play here for now. Alrighty, this was Geek Goth. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please press like and subscribe and comment if you feel so inclined. And I hope to see you next time on any of my Let's Plays, including the next Book of Unwritten Tales 2 Let's Play. Thank you very much, and I will see you round. Hello everyone, this is Geek Goth. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please press like and subscribe and comment if you feel so inclined. And I hope to see you next time on any of my Let's Plays, including the Let's Play that you are currently enjoying. So thank you very much, and I shall see you round.
Stones!
Actually, that's
in the
land.
fucking river. That's who the fuck I am.
Why is he so
Stupid
obsessed with
bitch.
people needing to know who he is? I mean, what the hell? That sucked. Oh, we're going through this again? Oh, jeez, ow. God.